Making matters worse is a tropical depression crossing the southern Philippines with a maximum wind speed of 55 kilometers an hour. The area is already devastated by Typhoon Haiyan, received excessive rain on Tuesday. The heavy downpours have posed challenges for relief workers providing aid to the victims in the far-flung areas. CCTV's Martin Lowe brings us this ground report from Cebu.
As you can see, conditions here are difficult. Heavy rain, at times torrential, has been falling for several hours as a new tropical storm batters this part of the Philippines. Clearly nowhere near as bad as what went before, but enough to seriously hamper aid and relief operations to Tacloban. This is the main military airfield at Cebu, and from here aid flights are going backwards and forwards to Tacloban when they can, but those flights are often being interrupted, stopping that aid getting through. On Tacloban, of course, estimates of the dead are still no more than that. Figures of 10,000 and more have been widely reported. But conditions are so bad, it's still not been possible to begin to make a formal count of who's been killed. Meanwhile, hundreds of thousands of people have been made homeless. Some have found temporary shelter. Many are still out in the open in this rainfall. They desperately need more aid to get through, to provide them with food and water and shelter. Clearly, it's going to be a difficult job for some time ahead. On Tacloban itself, there have been some security issues. Desperate people fighting for food, fighting for water, have been looting shops. Even there are reports of people being robbed and what little they have taken from them. That has hopefully stabilized a little with the arrival of military from the Philippines and also from the US. But it is still a difficult situation. Many areas have still not been reached by any kind of aid convoys because they are cut off. There has been some criticism in the Tacloban area that relief was slow to arrive and is still not getting there in the strength that it is required. But of course, it is because access is so difficult. For much of the time, air access is not possible. Sometimes it's possible to get a ship or a small boat into the area. But as this weather continues to deteriorate, for long periods of time, all transportation to and from the area is being suspended. And so for the people of Tacloban, their ordeal goes on.